What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Betting with Let's Get 60. I'm your host, Justin Travis, and as always, you can find me on Twitter at Let's Get 60, on the web, letsget60.com, and on pickmonitor.com, Let's Get 60. And folks, what a weekend we had! Some duds and some studs, and we'll review it all in less than 10 minutes. So right now, where are we at? 8-8 minus 0.51 units. So we're down a half a unit after a crazy college football weekend. And this is counting week 0, if you will. I think week 0 is kind of stupid. So we're going to include Florida and Hawaii in this week. So 8-8 minus a half a unit. We got 2 games to go tonight and tomorrow night. Hopefully we can get on the positive side and roll into week 2 plus money. So what happened? Purdue, South Carolina, Florida State blew huge leads. I'm not sure if Taggart is the right guy at Florida State. I'm really not. I think his days are numbered. They're going to have to basically win every single game this year going forward to save his job, because that's unacceptable. They got a gift by getting the game at Florida State, and they still couldn't get it done. They got shut out in the second half. That can't happen. South Carolina, Purdue. What are you going to do? Purdue, I think I guess they're destined to underachieve when they're favorites. And South Carolina, North Carolina made a ton of mistakes, and South Carolina couldn't capitalize. And Muschamp just must be tearing his hair out right now. You got to have that game, especially when you have the lead and you can't get it done in the fourth quarter. And with their schedule, it's going to get ugly in South Carolina. Texas A&M late TD cost me when it came to pick monitor. I did have 33 or whatever, I think 33.5 with my bookie, but 34.5 was the line I got with pick monitor, so that was a loss. In Ohio State and Michigan, they put in their defense backups way too soon, let their opponents kind of get back in it. It's very frustrating to see Ohio State not cover when they got up to a 28-0 lead early in the first quarter. It was looking like it was going to be one of those 52-10 type games, and they just kind of lost their swagger and lost their motivation, and let FAU hang around and couldn't cover. So that was very frustrating. Virginia Tech. This one was a head scratcher. I was very, very surprised that they lost to Boston College. Boston College did run it about 40-something times. I was very surprised they found success against the Virginia Tech defense. Not really sure where they go from here. That's going to be a tough division to win, with Virginia getting the win with Pittsburgh. Virginia being the favorite to win the Coastal anyway. I don't know where Virginia Tech is going to pick up these wins, and Virginia's got to lose. That was a game you had to have, and to allow Boston College with their personnel or lack thereof to score 35 points on you, something's wrong. Something's wrong with Bud Foster and his approach, or the players aren't hearing him. I'm not really sure, but that's not a good look by Virginia Tech. Clemson, Bama, Georgia, and LSU, they looked flawless, as top teams should. Ohio State and Michigan should look to those 4 teams and how those games played out to see where they need to get to. How about LSU's offense? Wow. And the SEC wins again. Auburn with a lead comeback beats Oregon. And a lot of people didn't see that, I think. A lot of people thought Oregon was going to pull it off, but it's hard to bet against the SEC. Okay, that was in the past. Let's move forward. Tonight's game, Houston at Oklahoma. If you look back in last year's stats, Oklahoma's FEI defense was ranked 104th in the nation. Houston was worse. If you don't like the FEI, S&P, Oklahoma's ranked 84th. Houston was worse. Okay, what does this spell? This is a perfect storm for a high-scoring game here. This is the over. We're taking the over, and we're not looking back. I had this total at 90. You could probably set it at 100 and still be okay. First team to 50 is going to win. Got it that pick monitor at 80. It did move up to 80, I think 82 and a half before got back down to 80. So 80 is the number here. If you like offense and you don't like defense, watch this game tonight. You're going to see a lot of scores, a lot of scoring. Okay, this is basically West Virginia at Texas Tech, or Oklahoma State, or like we saw earlier in the week, Okie State and Oregon State. I mean, it's just no defense, lots of offense. And I understand that Oklahoma wants to improve on their defense and all that stuff, but this is not the game to really focus on defense here. Houston and their new coach is going to score points. Oklahoma will run the ball more this year with Hurts, but they're going to score points. And Houston's not going to be able to stop them. So 80 is the number. We're going over. Monday night's game, Louisville at Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame here is the best team that nobody's talking about. I'm not really sure why. These days they reload, they don't rebuild. Kelly has got a team out there in South Bend. No reason why they can't be in the national championship conversation moving forward. They're going to beat you in the air, and they're going to beat you on the ground for offensive line returning. They're going to be stacked on offense. Look for them to make probably 30 points a game, just like last year. Defense is young, but like Ohio State and Michigan, they're going to beat you with their offense. Louisville has a long way to go. This is a total rebuild. Issues with their coach last year. I think they went 2-10 last year. Just terrible, terrible team. They're not going to fix it over the summer here. Going on the road to Notre Dame is a tall task for them to be competitive. They may be competitive early, but I think in the second half, that ground attack from Notre Dame, those offensive line is just going to wear on Louisville. They did settle on Jawan Pass. How about that name for a quarterback? But the running backs and the O-line are a mess. I just don't see how Louisville's going to score very much. And Notre Dame is going to be able to score at will, I think. For Louisville, the defense is better than their offense right now. Not a good recipe to try and beat Notre Dame. My line here, I think Notre Dame crushes them -45. Pick monitor, I got it at -20.5. Betta's got it at -20.5. The current line is 18. Not really sure where this is coming from, but it doesn't bother me. I'm very confident in Notre Dame here to cover the 20.5 spread. All right, looking ahead to next week. The lines aren't out, but that doesn't stop me from handicapping these games. I think Clemson will be a -5 favorite, hosting Texas A&M. I think Michigan should be a -10 favorite against Army. Army's a very good team. Don't let last week's result sway you from this. Army is looking ahead to this game. Watch out for Army. Everybody's on their team total at 10 or 9.5 or 10. They're going to give Michigan trouble. If that spread is any higher than 10, I say take Army. Nebraska, what have they done? Nothing. They almost lost last week. I think Colorado has a great chance here at home hosting Nebraska. Nebraska should be a 5-point dog. Ohio State should only give 10 to Cincinnati. Everybody on that Cincinnati team wants to go to Ohio State. They didn't make it. They're on Cincinnati. You think that sticks in their heads? It does. Cincinnati's going to play tough. It's going to be a tough out for Ohio State. I think LSU is flat out just better than Texas. So -4 for them. And watch out for the Oregon State at Hawaii total. I think much like the Oregon State, Oklahoma State, this game is just going to keep lots of offense. Hawaii's got this quarterback. I think I set that at 72. Stanford at USC. Watch out for this game. Both teams have lost their quarterbacks mid-game. We don't know what's going on with that. And Tennessee, what's going on? I like BYU if they're getting points. BYU at Tennessee, I'm on them. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for checking me out. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.